Bonjour tout le monde. Aujourd'hui, nous allons parler du chapitre 9, Allons en ville. Vocabulaire 1, dans le centre-ville. So in this chapter, we're learning how to plan our day, ask for and give directions, ask for information, as well as make requests. So, dans le centre-ville, we're in the town or downtown area. Nous allons un gentil garçon. Et il dit, j'ai beaucoup de courses à faire. I have a lot of things to do or errands to run. Et dans ses mains, il porte le plan, or the map of the city. So on his errands, he has several places he needs to run. Dans le premier, il va à la boutique. He's going to the boutique. Et ensuite, il va à la librairie papeterie. He's going to the bookstore / stationery store. Et après, peut-être la banque, the bank. Maybe he needs some more money. So he can go pick up his prescription à la pharmacie. Now notice in France, a pharmacy is not noted by a red cross like we would think here, but actually by a green cross. Bien. Il va continuer à la poste, which is of course the post office. Et peut-être il passe par l'église, the church. Et enfin, à l'hôpital. Notice it says urgence, which is like their emergency room. It's urgent. Bien. One common error alert that you want to watch out for. Try not to confuse la librairie with la bibliothèque. Remember, la librairie is your bookstore where you can purchase books, whereas la bibliothèque is the library where you can rent them or borrow them. Alright, on va continuer encore. Au fleuriste, the flower shop. Et aussi, le salon de coiffure. What do you think the salon de coiffure is? It says coiffure, féminin, extension de cheveux. Qu'est-ce que c'est les cheveux? Hair. So hair extensions, talking about coiffing. It's a hair salon. Bien. Aussi, le marché. C'est un peu comme Soulard, your open air market. And maybe he has to go somewhere to get some transportation. À l'arrêt du bus, the bus stop. Now notice in France, people are more likely to take some form of public transportation rather than owning a car, especially in France or the busier cities. It's just easier to get around and less crowded. Of course, in the suburbs and things like that, where it's a lot less densely populated, it's going to be a lot more likely to have a vehicle. But the metro, or the subway, is going to be a lot more reasonable in the bigger cities. Alright, so let's talk about the different modes of transportation. On y va. On y va à pied, on foot, en voiture, in car, à vélo, on bike, en taxi, en bus, et en métro. Alright, a few more important words. So, chez le fleuriste, on va acheter un bouquet de fleurs. You can buy a bouquet of flowers. When we're talking about the bus or the metro, things like that, you need un ticket or a ticket. When you're talking about downtown, you might want to speak just generally, a place that I need to go to. So just to say a general place, on dit un endroit. And as far as distance, you need to talk about kind of relativity of distance. If it's somewhere that is près, it's close or near. If it's loin, it's far from where you are. Another type of relativity, derrière, which of course we know we call our derrière a butt. Well, our butt's behind us. So your something that is derrière is behind you, whereas something that is devant is in front of you. Entre, encore, of course, means between. And a few newer vocabulary words that we've not discussed much, le carrefour is an intersection. Le feu, or le feu rouge, is the traffic light. La rue is a street. Et un pont is a bridge. Bien. Now, let's talk about making plans for your day. A lot of times when you think about all the things that you need to do, it's easiest to make a list. First, I need to go do this. Then I gotta go do that. Next, I gotta go here. So we do the same kind of thing in French. So to start our list or our order of things to do, we use d'abord. D'abord, je vais aller à la librairie. First, I'm going to go to the bookstore. Ensuite, or then, j'ai besoin d'aller à la poste. Then, I need to go to the post office. Après, ou et puis, je dois acheter des œufs au marché. After, or and then, I'm going to buy some eggs at the market. So après is after, et puis, and then. So d'abord, ensuite, après, et puis, et finalement. Finally, je vais trouver un DVD pour Blondine. Finally, which will conclude your list, I'm going to find a DVD for Blondine. And you might throw in, et je dois aussi passer chez le fleuriste, and I also must go by the fleurist. Très bien. Alright, one flash culture note to mention. The French Code de la route, or the traffic rules, are similar to those in the U.S. They do drive on the right, just like we do. But there are fewer traffic lights there than we have, and their colors are rouge, orange, et vert. They do not have a quote-unquote yellow light like we do. Theirs is orange. And more traffic lights are being replaced by the rond-point, or the traffic circle, like we have down in Riverview, because they're safer and allow for more kind of fluid traffic. So they tend to work better. However, they can slow down traffic on some of the bigger roads. So kind of keep that in mind. Alright, well that is all for today. Pause the video, rewind it if necessary, come to class with questions next class, and we will discuss it then. So for now, bonne nuit.